Hello, I'm here, Church Street, on this busy Tuesday afternoon, Old Street End. I wish this weather would make its mind up. I come out this morning, it was raining quite heavy. The sun's out now, and roasting. Well, there you go. Further to yesterday's video, Scouse children being told this used to be a Scouse neighbourhood, this, till the new arrivals, with the help of reckless politicians, changed this once proud working class Scouse community, and it's now a different place. It's lost its unique Scouse character, traditions and cultural identity. Now, that isn't a scenario that could never unfold or could never happen, because it's unfolding now. Kensington and Fairfield, let's just say Kensington, so keep it short. Kensington now is one such community that is being changed. Anyone that believes otherwise either mustn't get out much or needs to visit Specsavers or living in denial. That is a community now that is being changed, and it won't be long before people will indeed be saying to one another, let alone the children, because it won't take that long, this used to be a Scouse community neighbourhood. This Scousers used to live here, because that's what's happening now. You can see it's happening. It's not something Joe Owens is making up, inventing or exaggerating or being an alarmist. It's real and present. So to say, assuming anyone is, that what I say couldn't happen, it's an exaggeration. That, what's that, Joe? This used to be a Scouse area full of Scouse. That could never happen. Well, it's happening now in Kensington, isn't it? Well, of course it is. Now, if you go a little bit further, maybe 10 years from now, which, as I've said, isn't that long in the big scheme of things, people will indeed be saying to their children, grandchildren, see, this community is some we've just drove through, walked through, or travelled through on the bus or whatever. This used to be a Scouse community full of Scousers, right? Well, the Scousers have now gone. They've moved or been driven out, because the cultural change that transformed their once proud working class Scouse community was at odds with their Scouse ways, beliefs. And as the new arrivals and everything they bring with them changed the community more and more, they didn't feel at home. It was unwelcoming, it was unfriendly, even hostile. Parallel lives, division, mistrust. And so the possibility or probability of that happening, where Scouse communities are going to lose their unique Scouseness, is not something that is the work of fantasy. It's real and present. Kensington is a prime example of that happening now, right? You know it is. Everyone knows it is. Those that travel through Kensington, or those that still live there, right? They will know only too well what has happened to that community. Those that travel through there, either on the bus or driving, they will know only too well what has happened to that once proud working class Scouse community. It's been changed. It's been culturally changed. Now, the alarming bit about all this is that the reckless politicians who have allowed that to happen are remaining silent, as it now starts transforming Breck Road in Anfield, West Derby Road, Tubruk, County Road in Walton, as those communities now undergo cultural change like Kensington. They're sitting back, silent, and letting this change happen. So that's the worrying side of this, really worrying. Like I've said, If anyone believes Joe Owens is exaggerating, making it up, or it's a fantasy story, go and have a walk in and around Kensington. Shield Road, right, that'll do. And you can see a once proud working class Scouse community has been changed into something else. Somewhere that is unfamiliar, unfriendly, where parallel lives exist, right? That's what now, that is the life in Kensington, right? In fact, you know it is. I don't need to try and convince anyone otherwise. You know it is, right? And we see this change transforming, like I've said. Breck Road, Anfield, West Derby Road, Tube Route, County Road, Walton, and many other proud Scouse neighbourhoods here in Liverpool. We see this change now underway. And given what's happened to Kensington, why are the politicians silent as this change continues? Why are they silent? They're refusing to address the worries and concerns the good people of this city have regarding further cultural change. You see, you, Liam Thorpe, you can attack me in the Liverpool Echo. You know that's in one ear and out the other. And so you can write whatever you want in the Liverpool Echo, and the politicians can all ignore the cultural change that's happening. But you can't hide it from the good people of Liverpool. They can see what's happening, right? And your silence is damning, right? It's deafening and damning, should I say. Do you really believe that the good people of this city can't see what's happening, and they know the long-term consequences of this? Let's just start with Kensington. That's going to be the first Scouse community neighbourhood that's going to lose its unique Scouse status. It will no longer be a Scouse community. It'll be a place where Scousers used to live. That's what people will be telling the children and grandchildren. That's where Scousers used to live there, son. And if you go one further, just go to these boroughs in and around London, right? They've been seriously culturally changed, right? Never ever to regain their former Cockney glory, gone forever. Kensington, unfortunately, is going the same way. I don't believe there's any rescue for that poor community. Like I said yesterday's video, it's had the living daylights kicked out of it. The politicians again are just ignoring this. They're ignoring further change, what is happening to other communities across Liverpool. Liam Thorpe, the Liverpool Echo, silent. Have a go at Joe Owens. Talk about historical irrelevance. Silly things they did 42 years ago. Wow. You know, come on, move on. You see, you can call me whatever you want. The politicians can ignore me. But you can't ignore what is happening to our city. You can't ignore it. It's in everyone's face. How can you ignore it? Well, the more you ignore it, it's going to come back to haunt you more. Trust me, right? It is. Our city is being changed. And it's not a change for the good. Small numbers of new arrivals embracing the Scouse fam wouldn't have been a problem, but that's not what's happened. Too many new arrivals. Too many new arrivals have been dispersed in our glorious city, changing our Scouse ways, our Scouse streets, communities, and that's wrong. And it's going to continue if we allow this to happen. Like I've said, two ways or two things you can do now, ladies and gentlemen. Do your own research regarding cultural change and the benefits it's brought anywhere, right? Also have a look at the consequence of cultural change in many towns and cities, and also get ready to vote whenever that may be for a candidate you believe is opposed to further cultural change, reliable, credible, and won't let you down. That's what you have to do, because trust me, Labour's just on borrowed time. They're not solving anything because they're part of the system that is responsible for this. They can't solve it. And all you Paula Barker, Ian Byrne, Dan Carden, Ricky Tomlinson, coach for refugees, a few quid in the pocket, Liam Thorpe, political head of Liverpool Echo, you can ignore it all you want, but you can only ignore it for so long. Remember, no to cultural change, yes to Scouse pride. Shout it out loud, Scouse and proud. Okay, thank you.